Hello, welcome to the story time. I've got a great story for you today with Joey the dog and also Sparkly the sausage dog. So we're going to read about how Jericho was taken by Joshua, and it's in this book, The Candle Bedtime Bible. So let's have a look at this story together. At last the Israelites reached the river Jordan. On the opposite side of the river lay the country God had promised them, the land of Canaan. The Israelites have been wandering in the desert for 40 years since escaping from Egypt. Now they finally reached the promised land. How happy they were! They gave thanks to God. The time had come for the Israelites to enter their new land, but now they had a new problem: how to cross the river Jordan. There were no bridges and no boats, and the water was running fast and high. So God gave the priests special instructions. Walk into the waters of the Jordan, carrying on your shoulders the Ark of the Covenant, the precious box containing the 10 Commandments. Well, the priests did just as God told them, and at once God cleared a dry path through the water. The people of Israel, men, women and children, with all their flocks and herds and all their belongings, followed the priests along. They walked on dry ground to the opposite bank of the river. Once they were all safely over, the waters of the river flooded back again. The Israelites had finally arrived in the promised land, and the very first place the Israelites came to in Canaan was the great city of Jericho. It had high, thick, mighty walls and mighty gates, and watchful guards were posted everywhere. The gates were all shut tight. No one could enter or leave that city. The Israelites decided to set up camp outside the huge walls of Jericho. Joshua was the new leader of the Israelites. God explained to him how to capture the city of Jericho. Each day, for 6 days, you must march your people around the city walls, God told Joshua. 7 priests will march at the front. Next will come the men of the Ark of the Covenant. The priests must take with them their trumpets made from ram's horns and blow them as you march. Everyone else will keep quiet. On the 7th day, everyone will march around the city 7 times. The priests will then blow one loud, long blast on their trumpets, and everybody must shout at the top of their voices. If you do all this, God promised, the walls of Jericho will fall and the whole city will be yours. So each day the Israelites marched around the walls of Jericho, just as God had said. On the 7th day, the Israelites marched around the towering walls of Jericho 7 times. Then the 7th and last time, the priests blasted on their trumpets, and every Israelite shouted at the top of his voice, or her voice. What a row it made. That moment, down crashed the walls, just as God had promised. And it wasn't long before the Israelite soldiers had captured the whole city of Jerusalem. This was just the first of Joshua's many victories in Canaan, the promised land. With Joshua leading them, the Israelites gradually took over the entire land. Now it was their country. So that's a great story. And again, a real encouragement, not only to hear from God, but to do what he says and to see amazing things as a result. So I hope you enjoyed that. We certainly did, didn't we? We did.